Olá pessoal, este é mais um vídeo de um dos irmãos afrocentristas, né? É o Brother Custom. O Brother Custom é um ativista afrocentrista jamaicano, já viajou pela África e também pela América, né? Ele basicamente fala aí como os símbolos da supremacia branca são criados intencionalmente para distrair os bantus, os africanos propriamente, né? Dito numa forma em geral, e fazendo com que cada vez mais os africanos e os afrodescendentes se distanciem da comunicação ancestral, o que daria poderes grandes espirituais e daria desenvolvimento e inspiração para o desenvolvimento do continente africano. O vídeo tem legendas e, porventura, como são legendas automáticas, pode ser que alguma palavra ou outra saia um pouco diferente do contexto, mas no sentido geral você vai entender o que o Brother Custom está a querer dizer, ok? Então acompanhe o vídeo com atenção.
You see the situation that is unfolding, and a lot of it really is sad a lot of times when we see what is happening to our people. But it is because our people fail to pay attention or to take heed to what all the warning that is being given to them about a system that come to keep them into a perpetual prison. In order for us to free ourselves from this prison, we have to learn to listen. We have to learn to shut down all the distraction that they are using to hold us into this place, because distraction is a very dangerous thing. When, as we see driving on roads and highways, what distracted drivers, what happened to them, what they do to others because of their distraction. A lot of people lose their life because of distraction. For our people, the distraction is very great. We have the cell phone distraction, which is one of the worst addictions that ever take place on this planet. We have the music industry addiction. Okay, I'm not saying all music is bad, but a lot of these music is to entertain you and to keep you from knowing really what's going on. Because even if a lot of our brothers and sisters that are singing are putting messages in their songs, we didn't pay attention to them. Because if we were paying attention from back into the 60s, 70s and 80s, from all the songs that our brothers and sisters was putting out there and putting in messages into these songs to awaken our spirit and our soul, we didn't pay attention to them. All we want to do is dance and have a good time and forget about what is really taking place. Now that's where the danger lies. You see, if I should tell you right now that this place that we live in is getting ready to turn upside down, most people say this man is crazy. But if one should tell one that, for instance, that when Hurricane Andrew came to South Florida, that hurricane was going to come and destroy a lot of South Florida, people say, nah, that ain't going to happen. You see what I'm saying? If one did say about the hurricane that hit Louisiana back in, a few years ago actually, that pretty much destroyed a lot of Louisiana at that time, one would say, no, that ain't gonna happen. We so-called living in the greatest country, and I say so-called, living in the greatest country in the Western Hemisphere. But yet, we see so much suffering of especially our people, black people. And people will tell you that things has changed. But the question is, has it changed for the better for us as a people? It has not. And don't fool yourself because you claim to have a so-called good job. You claim to so-called have a nice house, a beautiful car, and a decent bank account. But yet your people are suffering. Most of your people are still suffering. Should I go to my bed and feel good because I have a nice vehicle and I have a nice house and a nice bed to sleep in? when the majority of my people who look like me is out there suffering? You see, this is a show that one becomes selfish, self-centered, and set in their ways, which is not an African way of thinking, it's a Europeanized way of thinking. And one may say, well, if you go to Africa, people do these same things. But do you recognize and realize that Africa has been, and not just one time ago, but Africa is a colonized nation. It's only now that African people are waking up, that they are pushing hard to get rid of this colonial system that has been bogging them down and keeping them from progressing. The religion they use by means to colonize Africa, because that's what has taken place. They always sending religion to start this colonization. And so once they sell you that, and they sell you this Jesus, then everything should be fine in your nation. They will give you and your people food. But giving our people food, what has it done for them? Did it make them better people? No. If people have your best interests at heart, they will not give you a fish, but they will teach you how to fish. These European colonizers have never taught the African how to fish. They have never done that. All they do is cause destruction to African people. Wherever you go over the world, you can examine the evidence for yourself. All they have done is cause destruction on the African family. No matter how hard we try, and no matter how much we try to put ourselves together as a people, they come in and they destroy that. They will use your own people to destroy you. And sad enough that a lot of our own people, by means of their so-called work, because somebody come and say to you, you know, I'm going to give you $10 million, you know what, I need you to help me destroy your community. That shows you that that person has no good within themselves. Because if I am a man and I live in my house and I have my children in my house, and one should say to me, I will give you this amount of money, just let me do whatever I want in your household. I'm not a man. I'm not. You see, I'm an enemy of my family. And those are facts. You see, there is no price. There is no price that one can pay me to sell out my people. There is no price. And when I tell you that, I am serious. I am dead serious. Or I am living serious. I'm not even going to go to the dead part. I am living serious. There's no amount of money that you can offer me to sell my people out, because it doesn't mean anything to me. You see what I'm saying? I realize that these things really, they're valueless. Okay? I remember a friend of mine, just before he died, about 3 months or so, we sat down and we had a conversation. He had a lot of money. A lot of money. And his words were to me, what was it all for? Because he realized at this point that money could not do anything for him. Yes, you can use your money to live a luxurious life, buy a fancy car, live in big houses. But the funny thing is, most of those people are empty on the inside. Don't be fooled by the facade. That's what I'm saying. Look at what the system has done to our people. Look at how many young brothers are in prison. Look at how the black family has been devastated by a system that called racism, white supremacy. But yet we want to still fool ourselves and say, oh, you know, oh, these white people, they help us. Where have they helped you? They have helped you down.
Só uma observação. Muita gente vai dizer, mas ele está a falar uma realidade da América, né? Ou de fora da África. Não! Esta realidade está dentro da África também. A supremacia está a controlar os africanos dentro da África. A supremacia está a ditar regras, usando os presidentes africanos. Né? Os presidentes africanos nada mais nada menos do que uma supremacia disfarçada com pele escura. Mas essa prisão social está a acontecer em África. Os presidentes estão a obedecer uma agenda da supremacia africana. É isso que as pessoas têm que entender. Ok? Ele está a falar nos africanos em geral. Ele não está a falar só de africanos na América ou na Europa. Não. No geral, em África também está a acontecer isso. Em grande escala, porque é lá onde estão os recursos que a supremacia branca necessita para sobreviver. Certo? Ok.
They turn your boys into homosexuals. They've done all of these things to your community, and now at the point where they don't have to do it anymore because you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself now. They have you so well trained that you're carrying out their mission for them. When we speak on certain subject, you know who come at us the hardest? Our own people. Our own people will come at us the hardest. And these are facts. Because the thing is, they don't know nothing about themselves. They have no idea who they are. They are just black people walking around. They are Europeans walking around in black skin. That's who we have become. Our community is not growing in the way that it's supposed to. Our community has become neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? Our communities become projects. And a project is never a good thing. That means somebody is experimenting on you. All these single black mothers that are going around, and I'm not knocking my sisters, but I'm saying to you, the system has played you. I will never support a brother that don't take care of his children. I don't want to be a friend. I don't want to be around you. Because for me personally, I take pride in my people. And if I see that you allow a sister to suffer and you feel that you're doing a good thing, I don't want to be a friend. I don't want to be an associate. Because you have done a great injustice. Because these children in the community need their father. And once you father a child, you should be doing everything possible to make sure that that child, that offspring, is being well taken care of. That is your responsibility. But to get these sisters pregnated and walk away from them, it is low down, dirty, and just, I wouldn't even call that person a dog, really, to be honest with you. They just low down to the ground. So I don't have time to spend and waste with them. Okay? They are not men. They are not fathers. You see what I'm saying? They just come around to donate sperm, and they on their merry way and feel like they did a wonderful thing. I remember when I used to hear some men brag how many kids they got, and if you ask them how much of them they take care of, they can't tell you. Because they know they haven't taken care of none of those 10 kids or 12 kids that they're telling you that they have. Because they have one over here with Mary, one over there with Jane, one over there with Susan, one over there with this one over there with that one. And that does nothing for us as a people, more than destroy us as a people. So I'm not in favor of any man who tried to destroy the black community in any way, shape, or form. I'm not in favor of any man that puts down black women. These women are the mothers of our civilization, the mothers of our offspring that has carried us on this earth. And when I put down my own black women, I'm putting down my mother, I'm putting down my sisters, my niece, all of them, I am putting them down. That's what I'm doing. So my point is that if for us to to recognize the wrong that we are doing to our own people and our own self, because the greatest injustice that is being done in these ways is the injustice that we are doing to ourselves and don't know that we are doing injustice to ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Because we become a people that we don't think, we don't reason anymore. We allow the system to think for us and to reason for us. We have to stop doing that. The mind has been colonized and we need to set it free. Set it free from the things that they have enslaved you and keep you as a slave perpetually. And we need to also stop saying that we are slaves, we are prisoners of war. And every day we get up, we are in a war because they are constantly fighting against us. The money that should be helping your community, you carry to church on Saturdays and Sundays and you give it to Jesus, which is the white man. And you want to, a lot of people get upset when I say these things, but you're giving that money to the white man who you look upon as Jesus. Because it's his bank that your money goes to on a Monday morning. It is his bank that don't give you a loan when you want to go start a business.